Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Excel VBA Expert. In today's video, we would be understanding about the AI. So AI is everywhere today, but the biggest problem is that the people don't know where to start. Or should you learn Python or machine learning, chat GPT, AIs, LangChain, right? AI agents. So these are the things we are going to understand in today's video. So this is the complete, the roadmap of Python plus AI. Okay, so once you will understand this thing, right, then you will have no question in your mind, right? So I'll show you the complete AI roadmap from the beginner to the building the real world AI application, right? So let's start. So first it says that, right, from the Python fundamentals, automation, AI, generative AI, real world projects. So these are the steps we will be covering. So here let's start to understand. So from, for example, that you guys don't know anything, okay, you have, but you must have little understanding about the data, right, and the some formulas, right? If you already have, that is the advantage. If you don't, so you will have to put little more efforts, okay, as compared to the experience ones, right? The structured learning Python for the beginners and aspiring the developers. So let me move to the next step. Next slide. So your journey, so we will understand and we will learn. Okay, so we will learn the Python foundation, right? Like a syntax, we will understand variables, data types, right, conditions, and the loops which we have in the Python. So we will be understanding and we will be doing the practical things. Okay, working on these things, right, to what I said about the variable, data type, loops, and okay, so we will be solving a lot of question on these things so that we will have a the practical experience and the knowledge of it, right? So, and the another one, this Python intermediate. In the Python intermediate, we will be covering up op modules, exceptions, files, packages, virtuals, and environment. So we will be understanding about, right, what are the, I mean, what are the files that we can handle? We can handle anything in the Python through the Python, right? So we will be talking about, okay, later on as well in the upcoming slides, okay, in detail. So the third one is data automation. We will be talking about the JSON, APIs, web scraping, Excel, CSV automation, right, and databases. So we will be understanding, okay, in the third part, and the AI foundation, which is the NumPy, okay, Pandas, machine learning concept, model workflow, and evaluation, right? But we would be learning it in the four modules, right, in the fourth module. And the fifth module, if you will if you will look at, so it says that the generative AI, the LLM, large language model, right, and the promoting tokens, what are the tokens, what is embedding, what is API structure output. So we will be talking about the generative AI as well, so how it works and how we can create our own AI, right, which can work similar to the chat GPT or something, right? So let's go to the sixth stage where it says that AI engineering, right? So first, whenever we write anything, okay, for example, we want to understand something, and when we search something in the chat GPT, so it first converts everything, right, into the tokens, and then it actually understand in its language, right? And it, because whatever we write, that is something which consider as the prompt, right? The prompt should be very neat and clear, so that the, as much as your prompt is clear, then your output is going to be clear, right? That is a simple logic. Okay, here we will be talking about in the sixth stage the reg vector database agents, tool calling, workflows, and the real projects also we will be developing. We will develop and we will create the real projects as well, like a chat GPT document. These are the samples which I have mentioned here, but apart from that, more than this, I will be helping you, I will be teaching you, okay, from the scratch, okay, to the end, right? So if you don't know anything, once you will complete this course, then you will have that much practical knowledge, okay, from you can solve anything, right? So I will explain more about it, okay, in the upcoming slides. So the eighth one is the career deployments. Okay, so for example, that you already have created, after learning these things, that you have created your own projects like a chatbot and compensation analysis, right, and model you have created, you have deployed, right, and through the deep learning that you have done something, right? So through LangChain, right, you have created some application which is really working so good, right, and helping the business as well. So those are the things that you can deploy somewhere, and you can show to the people and the interviewers that you already have done something on these things, right? So let's move to the next slide. It says the Python foundation. So build the programming foundation before touching advanced AI. First, we will have to understand about the programming basics, right? How the program works, what is IDE, terminal, variable, input and output. We will understand, okay, then later on we will go into the Python where we'll be talking about the data types, right? What are the data types we do have, and the logics like if, loops, right? And what are the operators we do have, and function, right? Lambda function, okay, and the standard which we write in the Python. Okay, those things we will be learning into it. And after that, error handling, the exception, debugging, clean code, best practice. So these are the things I will be explaining, right? And the mini projects also we will create, okay, when on initial stage, right, when you are learning Python. Okay, and you will I let you to solve the questions, basis the basics topics. So basics topics as well, that you will have your own meaning projects, right? Like such as calculator, qjap, expense tracker, right? File organizer. So these are the samples, right? But more than that, right, which are really useful at this time. Okay, those things we will be learning. So let next slide. So intermediate Python plus automation. So that is something, the intermediate level, where we will be talking about the op classes, objects, inheritance, right? And designing thinking, working with the data, with the like Excel text file database folder, right? And APIs, HTTP, REST APIs, request authentication, parsing response, right? How we can scrub the data from the any website, right? How we can connect with any API. So those are the things we will be talking about, okay, in the API session, right? Application programming interface, right? That is the full form of the API. And when you talk about the database, so in the database, what happens that we do have the SQL, okay, SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio. That is the database we do have. And even in the Python, that we do have a SQLite. We can create our own database, okay, into the Jupyter, for example, if you are using. So in the Jupyter, that you can create your own SQLite, okay. That is this, mini database, not a big one, but yes, you will get to learn about the SQLite as well. And the automation, where you will be talking about, and you will be talking and you will be creating the projects such as the emailer, right? For example, that you have to generate so many emails in a one day, or in, for example, as of now you are using VBA, okay, Visual Basic for an application. Through that you have created some automation, which is really helping you to sending the 100 emails in the 15 minutes and 20 minutes. But through this, that the same work which you, when you will do it through the Python, that maybe take, that can reduce your 15 minutes to 10 minutes or 7 minutes, or more, maybe less than that, right? And after that, we also will work with the website and the tools, right? And when we will scrap the data using the beautiful shop, these are the libraries, right? The request library we will be using. So those are things also we will be learning into it, okay. And the next slide. Generative AI plus LLM. Okay. So what is generative AI? Don't think that what I'm saying generative AI, if you guys are not aware of what is generative AI and LLM. So I will be explaining, okay, not, but this is the complete roadmap. I'm not here to, explaining each and everything, but I'm giving a little idea. The generative AI is such as your chat GPT, right? That is something which generates the images as well, right? And the documents and response and give the answer, okay, of your question. So that is something, the generative AI. And the LLM, which is large language model, in the one machine, for example, that we do have one box, and in that box we have put a lot of information, and that box we have, kept somewhere, right, on the table and the chair. And if somebody has some question, that person has to go and search in that box, and that person is will get its his answer or her answer, right? That is something which is the LLM, you can consider in this way. And LLM fundamentals, like a tokens, context window, temperature, inferences, like limitations, we will be talking about that as well. The prompt engineering, we will be talking about little about the prompt engineering, because we must know that what type of instruction we have to give while writing. For example, that you have created one model, and you have, integrated the same with the LangChain, right, and LLM. And when the user is asking the prompt, what we are asking, that is something which considers the prompt, right? That is something we will have to learn little, right? What type of prompt that you have to give. So AI API is the connect Python to the LLM. So this is the project, right? And we would be talking about that as well. And after that, when you will come on embedding, so what happens, the AI and the models, works with the numbers well, okay, I mean, much better than text, right? So embedding whatever the text value, for example, that we do have a one data, right? We do have a one data like employee name, salary, and the location. So embedding is the process where your text value, you know categorical value actually gets converted into the numerical one, and that is something your model understand. Okay, when you again ask, for example, location like Delhi, so Delhi will have a one unique code, okay, when in the process of embedding. So the embedding is something that it always converts your text value into the number. That is the process of the embedding, right? This semantic search, right? Vectors, similarity, documents, chunking, right? So that is something it comes. And reg, okay, retrieval arguments generation. So it engages chunk, embed, and retrieve, generate, and cite. That is reg basically help us, when for example that we have uploaded 100, the PDFs. In each PDF that we do have 100, the pages. And if user asks, give me uh for example, in each PDF we do have some policies. If somebody asks, you ask, give me the policy of HR policy. So reg is the thing, a process which help us to retrieve the information basis our requirement, basis the keyword. It will search in all those 100 PDFs and will return the answer, okay, as per the version. That is the process of the reg. And the AI safety, hallucination, validation, privacy, prompt injection, awareness, that is something we will be talking about that as well. So next slide is AI agent plus advanced AI engineering. So here, move from the chatbots to system that can reason, retrieve, and use tools. Okay, so it doesn't mean that we have learned the language and we are not able to create the any useful stuff. Okay, which can be useful. Okay, which can the people use and can reduce their work and make their work easy. So vector database collection, metadata, similarity search, tool calling, agents, workflow, frameworks, deployment. So for example that you have one idea that you have a one salary data, and you want to create something that if I will upload this data and I ask, okay, these are the data and what would be the salary of that person, so you will get the predicted salary, okay, basis the data which you have given to the AI. So AI will automatically calculate and predict everything and compare with the peers, right, incumbents, and will return the answer, okay, and whatever will be the best. Okay, the framework, we will be learn the concept using the popular Python AI framework without over depending on them. Deployment is the very very important part. Okay, where if you have created something and you are unable to deploy that, I mean that is something which is useless then, right? Fast API, simple UI, environment variable, cloud, deployment basics, right? So we will be talking about this as well. Build a portfolio that proves your skills. So obviously, right, when you learn something, you have to create, right? And how? Because if you have not created anything so far and you have only learned the concept and you have not developed any project, which means that you have nothing to say that what you have done something on it, right? So create some projects. So here I have given here I have written some, not dummy, but yes, the basic projects as well. The Python automation toolkit, automate file, Excel, CSV task and reports. For example, you have to prepare one report on a daily basis which usually takes 1 hour, and through VBA it takes 30 minutes, but through this AI and the Python language it may will take only 10 to 15 minutes, right? So that kind of a project you have to create in the AI chatbot, right? Through Python plus LLM API and conversation history. Okay, chatbot also we will be creating. That is the, I think, big and the famous project, right? And the document question and answer, you upload the example which I have given of the HR policy, right? You have uploaded 100 PDF and you want something, so through reg it will return the answer, right? That is the project, okay, we will be creating. AI research assistant, search, retrieve information and produce the structured output. And the business automation, connect API to API, spreadsheet and workflows. Okay, capstone, okay, production style AI app, UI plus API plus AI, retrieval and deployment documentation, right? So these are the projects I think we should create. We should not, we will obviously create, right? So these are the basic and the few projects only I have mentioned, but more than that we will be learning, right? We will also create the resume analyzer. You upload your resume and you will get your the limitation and the negative points which you should remove from your CV. Those are the things that those such a projects also we can create and we can deploy on the website, and the people can use and get their the pointers, what exactly they needed to remove from their CV and what additional they need to add in their CV. So those are the things they will understand through that project as well, right? So this is what a student can do after completing the roadmap. Obviously, once you will learn all these things, you are the eligible for the Python developer. Okay, automation, scripting, API, backend basics, right? AI and generative AI developer. If you have a good understanding and good knowledge, good practical knowledge, and when you have created something, the useful projects using the Gen AI, okay, through LLM and a reg agents and API. Okay, for example, that you have a good understanding about API, LLM and reg, and you have created and you have built something, the meaningful project, right? That is something. Then once you have deployed that and you have created on your own, that means that you are the eligible for the Gen AI, right? And the automation is specialist as well, the business workflow. Once if you are working in an organization where you have some business problem, and you can create such a UI, okay, where you can just upload your data and you will get you will get the output, okay, whatever the user asks, right, whatever the employees needs. So that those kind of automation that you also can create in your current organization. And the freelancing is the option that we can do that, right? So okay, and the next one, the learn, practice, build, and publish. Simply, first we have to learn, and then we have to do the practice, and then we have to build some projects. Then we need to publish that, right? So, correct. So here, if you will look at on the bottom side, it says the learning rhythm: 60% coding, 30% project, and 10% theory. This is something the hypothetical I have mentioned here. But yes, before that, it will take your efforts if you really want to grow and you want to have a good expertise into it, which means that you have to give your time, you have to have patience, okay, while learning it. Maybe sometimes you will struggle and lot of things will happen, but yes, once you will have a good expertise and you're proficient into it, then that is something which will help you in your whole life, right? But you will have to keep on working on yourself and revise your the concepts as well. Okay, and after that, why you should join this course? A clear value. Okay, so here first, the very important thing I'm telling you, it is simply if somebody has the knowledge of it, or somebody has ever worked on it, on data, on formulas. Okay, so for those people, it will be little not harder. It will They will have to put their efforts little more as compared to the experienced ones. Okay, this is the beginner friendly first. Okay, and the AI focused. Go beyond syntax and learn how AI application are built. Okay, and the project based. Finish with the practical projects you can demonstrate, right? And career oriented. Once you have created projects, you have to deploy that, and I will help you there as well. Okay, and the from beginner to the AI builder. Okay, so here what we can do, I mean, not we can do, obviously. Okay, I will be basically attaching this PPT as well. So I think there is no need. If you want this PPT, you let me know in the description box. Okay, or not in the comment box. I will attach this file then. Okay, and I'll let you know. So this course is going to be start. Okay, this course is going to start. I'm telling you the days. So this will start first of, I mean, first week of the October. Okay, so here I will be giving my WhatsApp group. Okay, and you can just join that group as well if you really want to join this course. And as far as about the duration of the course and the fees of the structure, we can discuss, okay, once you will connect with me. All right, so thank you so much everyone for watching the video. Thanks a lot.